Okay, Happy New Year's, everybody. On this video, I'm going to talk about how I um have I've been single for it's going to be more than 5 years so far, and it's I think I've been single my whole life, because even if when I got married, I felt like I didn't fit in that whole relationship. So um, I'm just gonna with this video I'm just gonna go over how when I saw myself with without a partner or without a roommate, and I knew that the rent was coming, and I needed to pay bills. The light needed to be paid, the water needed to be paid, and at the same time, like, people find out that for some reason, when you go through that phase, people tend to, like, distance themselves from you, like they don't want to help you. And once they see you doing good, they're all like they storm you. They just want to come back and see how you came back up and you didn't drown. And I don't want to be negative on this video, and I don't want you to think, or like, maybe you're not going through that situation, and I don't want you to bring it to you by being scared of what I'm saying. But here's how I tackle the anxiety. When I, like, my first day when I had broken up with my partner, and I saw that I was on my own, and I needed to pay the rent. Nobody wanted me with them. Like, nobody said, "Oh, you can come over and live with me. You can stay with me." Nobody. So I knew I was on my own, and I had to swim or I was gonna sink. I had a job, and like I said, I had a lot of trainings, different trainings. So I knew one of them was gonna pan out, and I was gonna be okay. Now that I was by myself and I didn't have anybody to tell them, "Look, I'm gonna head to that city and go work over there, and I'll see you later." Well, no, now I was on my own. I could go anywhere. And I could, like, work a lot of hours, maybe 100 jobs, and now it helps. This is the positive side of being single and alone. Now you don't have anybody that's gonna tell you can't do this, you can't do that. You're free to do whatever you want. You can go to Japan, you can go to Russia, you can go anywhere, and nobody's gonna tell you anything. So that was a plus. The day that I saw that I was all by myself. So it was at a good time. It was during the pandemic, and they needed the hospitals needed a lot of nurses. So I went ahead and took a contract where I was working 7 days a week and a lot of hours, and it helped me a lot. I knew I had a payment for the place that to keep a roof, and I needed to pay a lot of stuff that I had that it was breaking around the where I live, and it was a good opportunity. I did a lot of hours, and but being alone, the anxiety, it's so strong. It is so strong that it was hard for me to work, but it helped. It helped to keep myself working all these hours during the pandemic and being swamped with work and testing people who are coming in and leaving, and testing workers, testing employees. However, I was going through that heartbreak, and it's really strong. So the way I put up with, at least the first year, it was really hard. I had never in my life been by myself. Never, ever been by myself. I always had my sister. I always had a brother. I always had a friend. I always had a roommate. I had a partner. I had parents. I've never in my life, never ever been by myself. And one day I just woke up and I had nobody, nobody. I could feel my brain making different connections. I could feel the like, I guess my brain was going through survival mode, and it's a really strange feeling because you're reborn. You are reborn. You have to restructure. Your brain has to restructure differently because nobody's coming to save you. There's no no knight on a horse coming to save you and pay your rent and pay your bills, especially if you are not good looking. There's women out there who are very attractive, and I'm pretty sure they can find somebody right away to help them pay bills and pay this and pay that. I had to swim, or I knew I was going to sink because I did not have the looks. I was still overweight, and I'm going to work on that weight problem. I'm going to start exercising as much as I can because I feel myself getting heavier. I ate a whole, I don't want to beer from what I'm talking, but I ate a lot during this. I ate a whole cinnamon roll, and I'm feeling sick, and I ate a lot of cookies. If you go to Walmart, if you go to any store, they have all the Christmas stuff like 50% off to 70% off, and I went and munched. I've been eating a lot of sugar. So let me get back. So that feeling of being alone, postly divorced, and having nobody to help you, it's a really hard situation. Take deep breaths. If you're feeling it overwhelm you, take deep breaths. Don't forget to do that. And if it's a really strong overwhelming, it's like you're being reborn, like coming out of a vagina, and you're coming to a life that you're on your own, that you have to survive, but you're not a baby anymore. You have hands and you have a brain. However, you have never done that before. Be by yourself, like you're thrown out in a place, and here, you got to survive now. Your brain starts restructuring. It makes different connections, and you are going to feel that change, especially if it's sudden. If you've never been alone, if for those who went to college and were alone in your dorms, it's not as drastic, but for us who are never alone, especially with our culture, you're gonna feel that brain restructure, and it's gonna take maybe a year. But like I said, just take one day at a time, take 1 second at a time, deep breaths, lots of walking, lots of, if you're a runner, do that. If you're a jogger, do that. But keep yourself, exercise a lot. Exercise so that you do not panic. I know women who are on a lot of anxiety medications, including my mom, because they can't cope with that change of, she lost her husband, of losing somebody and being on their own. She's still hooked on the medications. On my side, I said, you know what, I'm gonna take it cold turkey. I started walking every day. Make sure you walk every day. Go to work, come back home, even if you can do 15 minutes, but do laps, do walking, do running, do jogging, and do it for a whole year. And while your brain is restructuring to your new situation, other than that, you will not survive it. People have committed suicide. People are on a lot of medications. Don't do that. Just feel it. Feel the feeling. That anxiety, that sadness, that, oh my God, am I going to have a job tomorrow? just feel it, sit right there. Maybe it's a 2 hour, 3 hour. Put different videos that you can see. Put videos of like walking, go to YouTube and walking in New York or walking out somewhere. But do feel it. It's gonna make you stronger. If you avoid the feeling and go out on the street or go somewhere, you're not gonna grow from it, and it's gonna take longer to heal. Just feel what you feel and do not stop moving. At least once a day, get out and walk around. Don't walk around your neighborhood. Go to a park. Go to a school, around a school, park or a school every day. Maybe for 5 minutes, but do it. You will not regret it. Thank you.